3 generations of Iranians have seen the face of this evil regime, and we have also seen the bravery of the Iranian resistance and the struggle of the Iranian people, particularly the women. Today we have representatives from the Iranian Women's Organization and of the Iranian youth. Please welcome Shekoofeh Sharif from California and Sadaf Mirzai from Georgia.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready for regime change? Yes, we are. As we gather today in this timely summit, it is very important that we also acknowledge the equality movement when it comes to the ongoing protests in Iran. In every protest and every confrontation with the regime's security forces, in every street corner as people gather to protest, we can see the active presence of women. Yes, we can see women of all ages, young, old, mothers, daughters, and sisters. They are leading and influencing the course of events during these protests. Female political prisoners continue to be a source of inspiration with the resistance inside of Iran's prisons. The suppressive regime has acknowledged that 28% of those arrested in the recent protests are women and young girls. Activists like Saha Mortazai and Maryam Mohammadi, who were arrested during the December 2017 uprising, have been sentenced to 6 and 7 years of prison, respectively. Let us not forget the women's call for change of this regime did not begin in the recent uprising. It began almost 4 decades ago when they said no to the regime's terror at home, no to misogyny, violence, corruption, and no to institutionalized violence. Iranian women have paid the heaviest price for freedom. Their basic human rights, economic rights, and social and civil rights is under constant attack by this regime. It is no wonder that the effective opposition against the Tehran's ruling is led by a woman, Mrs. MaryamRajavi. It is no wonder that she inspires all of us. She inspires us with her vision for equality and freedom. It is no wonder that we see the manifestation of her leadership, vision, and philosophy in the organizing units of the resistance, many of which are led by women in Iran. There is no doubt the regime's days are numbered, and the mullahs will be sent to the dustbin of history very soon. Very soon. There is also no doubt that for the first time in the history of Iran, that through this organization's resistance movement, the women of Iran can indeed gain the rightful place in leadership and key decision-making positions, and setting the course for freedom and democratic Iran. In this historic juncture, those Iranian women who stand firm against the clerics, rejecting the entirety of the system and not just seeking limited freedoms, are the actual role models for the Iranian women. Yes, Iranian women are shaking the pillars of misogyny for gaining their rights when it comes to full political, social, and economic participation in a free Iran. I am forevermore inspired when I see mothers who join the youth in the city squares and shout with their fists in the air, "Fear us, fear us, we are now united." This is what the regime fears the most, and this is what will bring the regime down. The call for change belongs to all Iranians, several generations. Especially women envision a free Iran based on a multi-party system, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of expression, freedom of press, freedom to choose their own clothing, freedom to choose or divorce their spouse, economic freedom to engage in market economy and private investment, respect for all individual freedoms, including unconditional access by all to the internet. These popular sentiments are reflected in the 10-point plan, Mrs. Rajavi, and we just heard her elaborate even further on those points. I am very proud to see how Mrs. Rajavi has a keen focus on these issues of equality and women's empowerment, especially their leadership participation. This is one of the most important litmus tests for any group or leader. If they want to lead or play a significant role in opposition to the Iranian regime. Iranian women have come this far. Iranian women have not come this far to be left behind again. And this is the reason we, the Iranian women, stand behind Mrs. Rajavi wholeheartedly. Thank you very much.